Good morning, it's Allison. So recently I went on like a little bitty makeup haul, like a $45 haul, okay? So um yeah, so it's this store that does sell some things like LA Color and NYX, but they also sell all sorts of dupes for everything. So I'm going to be using some dupe products today. And I also did a raid through my mom's makeup cabinets with her, and she was gracious enough to let me steal some of her favorite stuff, like, or not her favorite, but some stuff that she doesn't use or like. Marc Jacobs translucent powder. Oh my god, I love this stuff. I was like, Mom, I just want this. That's all I want from your cupboard. And she gave me her Naked 3 palettes. And she gave me an eyeliner that's dual-ended to go with it. And a swooning and some MAC and Bobbi Brown, because let's admit, MAC's probably the best out there. It really is. I've always liked it. Oh, cool. A couple Dior things. And this Kat Von D. It's an old thing. Ladybird. And so it has all those beautiful fall color neutrals. Oh my god, I could do Copper Eye and Smoky, or Copper Eye and Nude Lip. Like Manny Mua. Anyhow, that was long-winded. But it was fun to go through. So the first thing I'll do today is foundation. I'm going to try a different routine today. I like to mix things up. I don't always do just one thing one way. This is some oil control primer spray that again was, I guess, the dupe stuff. I don't know what it's a dupe for, but it was at the Dupe Store. And it was cheap. It's probably like $6 or $7. That's probably why I bought it. And it really has a nice floral smell. It's a very light mist. I do like it. And I think it does really help control my oil. And I'm going to do 2 primers today, because I'm extra. Oh, and I also got this beautiful fan. So now I can be like all the drag queens and do the... That's almost like a hydrating mist. Anyway, I'm going to do this HD foundation primer oil free. And again, Dupe Store. But my guess is that if it's not to be like makeup forever, then it is like Smashbox photo finish, because it has that clear consistency. Oh, but the weird thing about it, it's got this brush. Like, I'm not into the brush thing. That's kind of icky. But you see, it's just like, it reminds just of the photo finish from Smashbox that I used long ago. So, look what I just found. I have a little mini Smashbox photo finish primer. Eerily similar to this fake primer. That's why I think they're the same thing. But anyhow, so I'm going to use a color corrector. It's True Complexion HD Corrector by Black Radiance. And it's just the peach color. And it has one of those beautiful tips that I absolutely love. And I swipe it like this. Swipe right. Which is funny because, like, I've never used that app. I think it's called Tinder, where you swipe right. Alright, trying an experiment today. Mixing color and consistency. So, I have this Dermablend stuff, and it just is so yellow, okay? And I don't have, I have a more yellow undertone. Cover Cream Chroma 1/2 in Warm Ivory. So I probably should just stick with neutral colors, really. Anyway, it's just a thick cream, and when I put it on just by itself, though it covers well, again, this consistency is, the undertone, I just think it's too dark. Like, I literally need the lightest shade. And in Hourglass stick foundation, when I color swatched before, I was the color Alabaster. And then I do this Lancome stick foundation, and it's 90, color 90, Ivoire and Ivory Neutral, and it works really well. The color is perfect for me. The coverage isn't quite what I'm going for. So I use this Urban Decay All Nighter Waterproof Longwear Liquid Foundation, and again, shade 0.5. It's the lightest shade they make. It gets a little pinky once you can see that. It gets a bit pink when it dries slash oxidizes. But I'm going to mix the two just for funsies and see how it turns out. Okay, that dries really fast when you spread it, and I used my spatula to apply it. As you see, I'm going to take my beauty blender, and I hope that works to spread it around and buff it in. Looks to be doing okay. Gets a good bit of full coverage, and of course that's what I want, to try and cover all this hyperpigmentation. You guys, the funniest thing, I'm like buffing out, I'm like, what the heck? There's a whole bunch in this pore. That's where I used to have a nose ring, and just like globbed up in there. So yeah, again, this is, you could probably tell, a bit orangey yellow, which if it's not orange and it's pink when it dries on me. And what I'll do now is I'm going to take this foundation and I will apply it over top of this foundation. Yep, I don't really care, I'm swiping it on. And I will use a buffing brush to buff it out. And the one I love, love, love is Real Techniques. And it's just the Expert Face Brush. It's a nice stiff domed one, but it's still super soft. And so I buff in basically circular motions. Alright, I caked on a little bit extra off cam. But what I will do is, I'm going to go with this loose mineral powder. Again, it says HD powder. It's probably a dupe for something special. I will say I'm not a huge fan of the way it comes out because, I mean, it comes with a powder poof and all, but it's hard to actually get it out of here. So, I'm gonna gotta get it down our chin where it gets so greasy and my nose is sweating like you wouldn't believe, guys. That's how I'm doing it. I guess I'm baking. Usually when you bake, you let it sit for like 10 minutes or something. I'm not gonna sit here and talk to y'all for 10 minutes, that's for sure. Not that you wanted me to anyway. So, I'll be back. So I didn't wait 10 minutes, I waited 2 seconds and then I just kind of brushed that in my face. I don't really care, y'all. I give 0 Fs. So, back to my favorite blur product. NYX Can't Stop Won't Stop Contour Concealer. Shade 01.5. Fair. The gurus say that you want to brighten and lighten the areas that you want to brighten and lighten. Well, not that I could get any lighter, but guess what? This stuff is light. I don't want to be light up here. I don't have a huge forehead, so I don't have to do much when it comes to like contouring and all that. I don't care. What I care about are these dark bags, which actually are lines. So even if I put this on, they'll still show. I do one side at a time. Yep, I just like cake it on. And I do this, and I also do my eye. I don't know, just because I feel like it. And let's do this part of my nose. Why not? Anyhow, it dries very fast, so you have to do this really quickly. And then I take my beauty blender. This stuff, look how it blends out like a dream. A dream, I say. Look how light it is. It's so nice, though, the way it covers every sin. Can it cover up my 20s? Well, for $6, I think it does a pretty good job. Like, Ulta, $6. Come on now. So yeah, it just gives me a nice ghostly wash on this side. Alright, so I did that just under, you know, this part of my face, this third of my face. I'm not sure if that doesn't make my darkness pop out more just because this is so light. But anyhow, I put some of that loose baking powder over it. And then I think it's time for my eyebrows. You want to look at my double chin? Here, I'll let you look. Here it is. So my son loves to get ready with me and do my makeup too. And he goes through my stuff, which I can't stand. And then, Mommy, why do you have 2 of these? Well, my sweet dear boy. He just doesn't understand, you know. Anyway, I use Anastasia Dip Brow Pomade in color Blonde. And as you see, I have platinum blonde hair with orange tints from my foundation. Anyhow, I do this off camera because it takes 8,000 years to make it look like I have eyebrow hair. And I comb down first, and then I go like this, you know, something like that. And then I kind of floof it in, and then I comb up and do the rest, and then again, and then I comb, make sure it's covered but not too dark, and then I comb over it with Anastasia Beverly Hills Tinted Brow Gel, and this is the color Caramel. Okay, I got that done. I normally don't like them so blocky and square, but sometimes you just gotta work with what you've got, and in my case, that's not what we got. We got not a lot, nah, nah. Oh God, not a lot of on keyness there either, hey? Okay, so I'm taking my little buffy brush just to buff out the part where I had concealer. Maybe soften that edge just a slight bit. Yeah, it's not too bad. And this is another Real Techniques Deluxe Concealer Brush. Okay, so I put that, and then I also sprayed some matte finish spray, setting spray. It's that Dupe brand, Never Touch Up's what it's called. I don't know what it's a dupe for. It says Ruby Kisses on it. It does have a little smell to it. So this is the best my eyebrows will be getting today. They're not even. Well, enough with those eyebrows. They take forever. This is why people do them off camera. Okay, so for eyeshadow primer, I'm using Urban Decay Eyeshadow Primer Potion Original. Anyway, put a little bit there, rub it around in circles, and then I dot it all over and swipe it. And that's how I do my eyeshadow primer.